Sample program here that I'm representing as a program that we're going to copy from another part. So we can just open it, edit, and save as, and then we give it a new number, program 2, for example. So now we got a new program with the same information, and now I'm just going to go through and modify it as needed. So we got a wheel selection here. What wheel are we using, and what angle do we want that wheel to be rotated to? This being the wheel selection, this is the information in that wheel selection. And then here we have the dress cycle, and I'm going to tell it every one part I'm going to dress. You could put 10 in there and it'll dress every 10 parts. Here we have the sensitron, that is the acoustic pickup or gap elimination. This just means what channel of the sensitron we're using. And then next we have a grind cycle, just a straight OD plunge. In there we have X is your OD size, finish size. Z is the Z position along that part that you're going to plunge. And then T is the reference point on the wheel. We can use T1 as the left side of the wheel, T11 is the right side of the wheel, and then there can be other points for different wheel shapes as well. So that means I'm going to take T1, the left side of the wheel, to a Z of 0.75, and our X is going to finish at 1.5 diameter. And then simply stock allowance, that's where it's going to start grinding, or rapid 2. And then it's going to rough from our A value to the B value, and then it's going to semi-finish from the B value to the C value, and then to the finish size from there. Q is our spark out time. I just put a random 4 seconds there. And then D, E, and F are the rough, medium, and finish feed rates. So every grind cycle is going to have these same basic parameters. Next, I've added an angle plunge, which is going to grind the diameter and a shoulder adjacent to it. So in there, I've just made a new diameter of 2 inches. Going to finish at a Z of 0, and the same parameters in there. T reference point. Y is the angle of the plunge. So as you have your corner, it's going to plunge at a 45-degree angle into the diameter and shoulder. Okay. From there, the same. Stock allowance, first switch over point, second switch over point, spark out time, and then rough, medium, and finish feed rates. And then next is simply a retract. You can retract to a given X and Z position automatically, or putting no value in there just simply takes the wheel back home to its furthest X spot. Okay. Additionally, we have a list of other cycles that are available. Specifically the grind cycles. We've got a straight plunge, plunge with oscillation, a Z-axis oscillation simultaneously, an angle plunge, which I talked about. A multi-plunge would be for a longer diameter, and if your wheel doesn't cover that, you have to multi-plunge down the length of the shaft, and then a traverse to finish. And then from there we have taper grinding, which has all these same options, but just for a taper. And then we have shoulder grinding. If you're only grinding a face, you can straight plunge the shoulder, you can traverse the shoulder, or oscillate the shoulder. We have our dress cycles. There's a couple different options. The first one I use is dressing after end work pieces, or I also call it a skip dress. The other option is a dressing within grinding cycle, which means I can dress at any given point within that cycle. So I could rough at the switchover point, go dress, come back, and complete the part. And you can break that up into a lot of different steps, as many as you want. That's pretty much the basics of a small grind cycle. I could go through the wheel really quick. So this is the wheel that's on spindle number 2 currently. These are the shapes that are available, just straight across, or you could put a chamfer on the corner, a radius on the corner, and then additionally you can dress up the side with 4, 5, and 6, and then 7, 8, and 9 is a relief in the side of the wheel for shoulder grinding with a straight wheel. And then also in the program is the dimensions, diameter, width, and the point where it's going to alarm out and tell you to change the wheel. We've got the wheel speed for how fast it's going to rotate for grinding, for dressing, number of dressing passes, depth of dress, dressing speed along the front and along the side. And then if you have a different shape on your wheel, the left side tab here is the definition of that shape. If I pull up the other wheel, I think it's a little bit different. It's an angled wheel. So on the left side, we have defined the height of the shoulder, and you can see the dimension there. And then when you do use an angled wheel, the shape options change a little bit. You don't have quite as many options. That's pretty much it for grinding and the wheel itself.